Want to call to order the Board of Parks and Recreation meeting for May the 18th. Mr. Benton, will you please say the prayer for us?
Absolutely. Everybody, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful and glorious day. Thank you for leading to the summertime. We ask that you please bless everybody here on this board and look after us and look after this beautiful city. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And Pledge of Allegiance. What about you, ma'am?
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You give me a stroke if you don't do that. All right, look over the agenda. If it looks okay, I need a motion to approve. Mr. Pike first. Ms. Hellman was second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Look at the minutes of the last meeting. If it looks all right, I need a motion to approve. Mr. Pike and Mr. Perry was second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All right. Do we have any public comments?
No, sir, none tonight.
Thank you very
Surprisingly, but no.
Thank you, sir. Okay, first on the agenda, First Baptist Church Ice Cream Truck, Casey, and I'm not even going to try that name. You're better than me. He's very thin.
Go ahead, Casey.
Hey, good evening. Can you guys hear me?
We can. We can't see you, but I hear you. Go ahead, Kay.
Excellent. So the purpose of the ice cream truck, we'd like to be at Mary's Magical Place at least once a week. That's all we're asking for 2 to 3 hours throughout the months of June and July. And the purpose of our ice cream truck being out there is simply just to love on the folks that are hanging out at the park throughout the summer and blessing them with either a ice cream sandwich or a popsicle to cool off after they've been playing at the park. And that's the stint of having our ice cream truck out there over the summer.
Mr. Chairman, if I might
Yes, sir.
give a little context here. They came before you all last year and requested this, but it was just for 2 times, 2 specific dates. And so we felt that this request was a major change to that. Not in a bad way, but it was a major change to ask for once a week all summer long versus 2 specific dates. So we wanted you all to approve this.
Can't imagine anybody not liking ice cream, but I will kick you in the kidney if you don't vote for him.
So just for clarity, you want to start when and end when, and it'll be weekly. Can you just clarify that?
Yeah, absolutely. So starting in June, and I also wanted to mention that we would be, whatever time you guys would agree on or a certain day of the week, we would be flexible with that. But we'd like to start in June and run it to the end of July. So whether that be a Monday or a Tuesday, or depending on what is going on, we'd be flexible in that regard.
Mr. Perry, do you have questions, sir? Okay. Any more questions? And that's all summer long, right? Okay. Till.
Yeah, I believe they requested June and July this summer.
Gotcha. All right.
Correct.
All right. Mr. Perry.
Motion, we approve it.
Mr. Perry makes a motion to approve. Mr. Pike was second. Any more discussion? All in favor say ice cream. All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming. Sort of.
Thank you all.
All right. Budget recommendations, Mr. Gilly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In your packet, pages 6 through 15, is the proposed current version of the mayor's proposed budget for the pages and sections that pertain to parks. One of y'all's major functions is to make recommendations on the budget. Just some quick things to go through. Overall, there's not any cuts to the budget. There was some moving around of operations to the PIP fund, like some parks maintenance and asset purchases move from our regular operations budget to the PIP fund, the sales tax for public safety infrastructure, parks and paving. So we overall come out okay there, and appreciate the mayor and the COO and the finance director all working together to make sure we have what we need here. There are no new positions included in this budget. There is included in the budget monies to continue the projects that we have ongoing, and money in there should we receive the latest LPRF grant application. The hotel tax and all the events that we've normally done is staying virtually the same, and leaves us room if there is something that comes up that we need to seriously look at as far as recruiting an event or marketing the city. It leaves us room to do that. There is right now currently in the budget to replace the golf cart fleet at Country Hills Golf Course, which is a good thing also. If anybody has any questions, I'll take them. It's kind of we did the best we could. I think all departments in the city as a whole are doing the best we can to kind of keep a status quo budget, even with inflation killing us on cost of things. So compliments to the finance director for figuring all that out.
I have one question.
Sure.
Did we add a new maintenance employee? Because I know we had spoken before about the shortage on the maintenance staff.
Correct.
Did we add one last year?
Last summer, the codes department restructured, and that allowed us, that they didn't need to hire a spot, and they shifted it to parks maintenance.
Are we still
So
in need of one?
we're still in need of probably 2 or 3.
And there's
at
no
this point,
room?
but-
I mean, can we
right.
change it to request the city add
Right.
any or no?
Right now, nobody's getting any new positions, not in
Okay.
any department. I will keep asking, but hopefully at some point we can add one. Especially, it's not gonna happen immediately, but over the next year, we're going to add a bike pump track at Veterans Park. We're gonna open Heritage Park, and then we're gonna inherit 38 acres of bike trails and have a new park open, so we will have to maintain that.
I have to admit, it's my fault too. I haven't studied this very well, but I'm assuming you will take phone calls from us. And
Well, I'll always take your phone call.
oh, God, what a head we got to hear this thing here.
And
No,
you know, a motion from, what we're looking for from you all is a motion, whether you all recommend or don't recommend, or recommend any changes or whatever. You can make whatever recommendation you want. It is your job to make recommendations on the budget.
Well, the reason I ask you about giving you a call is that on Mondays, I mean, when I get home, I go over everything we've done, and I will do the same thing here. And as I suggest, we all do that. And gosh, there's a lot of dollars here, and that's what makes us what we are. So I'll need a motion to approve this. Any particular stipulations on it, or just?
Well, you're not approving, you're making a motion to recommend or
Gotcha.
not recommend
Okay.
to BOMA, the parks budget.
Are you all pleased with what's come out, your staff?
I'm pleased that we're not having any cuts, major cuts.
There you go. That's what I was thinking.
That could have happened probably. You know,
I'll give you a few minutes.
we're at some point, somebody's gonna have to pay the piper. That's all I'm gonna say. It's coming. I don't know when or how or where or what, but the current board of mayor and aldermen and the current staff are doing everything they can to not ever raise a property tax. We're pushing every lever that we can. I would anticipate coming to you all in the next few months with a request to analyze our fees to make them go up. That's one lever, that's the lever we can push to increase fees. Well, what's that gonna do? That's just gonna be passed on to the people that are signing up for the leagues. If we increase the fees for Tennessee United soccer, $5 per player, then they're just gonna pass that on, so.
Which brings me to a question of, and I know you guys have done this, you people, my wife would have killed me for saying you guys, but I know you've done comparisons with other municipalities as far as fees and whatnot, so.
Yeah, we're right in
You know where
line.
we stand on that?
We're right in line with everybody else
Oh, we-
around us in terms of what we charge per resident, non-resident, what we charge for rentals
Got
and
it.
things, but we will be asked to look at it. I already know that, to see if we need to increase shelter prices, fees for reserving tennis courts, whatever.
And rightfully so.
Sure.
I mean, everything's headed that way, so. All righty.
Question on, I guess, this page 9, that there's two actually, the transportation capital improvement
What
plan.
page did you say, sir?
Sorry, page 9.
Thank you.
Yeah, at the bottom, the infrastructure. Transportation capital improvement plan, it goes from $1 million down to 38. Is that, what's the is that,
That is not in parks.
oh, I'm sorry.
That, the parks
That's public
section is on
safety.
page 10 of that.
Apologies. Okay, apologies. Never mind.
I can tell you what that is, but
Go right ahead, sir.
that's, there's a transportation improvement plan for the whole city with different projects in it. And last year, I think, they funded over $1 million worth of design work, some project work, and different things to attack that list of prioritized projects. So that they're not necessarily doing that this coming year.
Have a motion to approve and second. Mr. Rathert, any more discussion?
What was, your microphone wasn't on, Mr. Bennett?
I make the motion to recommend to the Board of Mayor and Alderman.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. This is without a doubt the quietest I've ever heard this room during a meeting.
We all wanted to
My
see a little
gosh.
more.
All right, we're gonna do that again. No, we're not gonna do that again. All right, Fall Carnival, Mr. Lee. Jump right on in there and state your name and what you want.
Barry Lee. I'm here for,
Because they took it.
to bring a fall carnival instead of the spring one, so we're gonna hopefully add a fall one.
Gotcha.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it's,
I do have one thing to add to his application. We've talked to him about it. It still shows October 31st. That's when he filled it out for, which is a Saturday. And we had told him if this gets approved, it'll have to get approved under the conditions that the Saturday would not be happening for the carnival. We have a large USSSA softball tournament going on in Veterans that weekend.
So it's not the 31st, 30th?
30th.
Gotcha. Aren't you the pickle guy?
Yes.
Man, you look just like a guy that I like more than anybody that's ever came to this board.
thank you.
So
I
you're.
love
the-
this board. I love the Parks Department. They do a great job for the city.
He looks exactly like the guy.
Barry, you okay with the cutting
Well,
out the Saturday? I know.
I'm gonna say this, I wanna get the approval contingent on that, but there's no guarantee that we can do that on that side. So I signed the contract based on what we had tentatively agreed to, and then, contingent of coming before the Parks Board. Carnival typically may not wanna do if they have to close on Friday.
Just, I'd say we approve it with where we're at right now and see what it goes along with Barry and the carnival folks.
Okay, I have a motion.
I've just yet to meet with them to discuss all that.
All right, Mr. Perry's made the motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Rathert, second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? You like pickles?
Pickled up.
Oh, man, this guy that.
You don't like pickles?
Oh, listen here, he's doing things. that
Barry,
pickles-
while you're up there, do you want to tell them about the carnival that's about to happen? The
Yeah.
dates and the hours of operation and all
Sure.
the things?
So we're setting the carnival up now. Sorry about the cough I got. I've been in Memphis in May for a week, so I got smoker's cough. Don't smoke, but I got smoker's cough. But we're setting the carnival up now. We're excited this year because the carnival company has added a few rides. We got some tall, fun, and exciting rides. Giant 125-foot swing ride that's never been really mobile with a carnival, so to speak. So that thing's sitting tall over there in front of the bathrooms because we got a lot of cabling we have to avoid. But we're bigger and better this spring. This is our third year. As you know, I want to bring more exciting events. We're working on a rodeo now to try to bring to town. Rodeos are a lot of fun and a blast. And so Andy and his staff are going to work on logistics of doing that on the parking lot and removing the dirt. But the carnival, like I said, everything's pretty positive, pretty good to go in. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of bad weather, but hopefully we can work through that.
What's the hours every day?
Hours, we typically through the week, weekdays open at 5, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for Memorial Day, we're open at 3. We don't really put a closing time because you're stuck to that. So, but typically we be done before 11. If something happens that you can't be open at 10 and you have 11, or if you have 10 and you need to close at 9 for weather or whatever, people's bought armbands and those things. So we don't have too many disgruntled people. Pickleball people are tough enough to deal with. We love pickleball. We got pickleball in the building as
Got
well.
pickles in it. Yeah.
But pickleball people, they're playing pickleball, but they don't want to walk any more steps.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much for coming.
Yes, sir. If anybody has any questions or comments or anything, just feel free to reach out to me. I'll do my best.
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Gilly, I should ask him to do that. I'm sorry. What's that? Explain the thing. I didn't. My bad. Metro Christian Soccer Camp, Karina Lasco,
They will not be coming.
not on this.
I just got told a little too late to take it off of the agenda.
Well, it is gone because you said so. All right. All right, well, that leads us to, I hate, this is quick. You want to do another one over? Or? No, okay. Yeah,
I think Ms. Hamlin's ready.
I think you like it, okay. All right, updates, Ms. Hamlin in recreation, or coordinator of recreation. Go right ahead, man.
Good afternoon. Raptors baseball just ended, and we've moved on to kickball. We play on Fridays beginning at 5:30 for the first group and 6:15 for the older group. Saturdays at 9 o'clock for the first group and 9:45 for the older group. I have 35 registered to play, but not all are playing kickball. We've just added some new players for kickball as well. Our last game is June 13th. And I am proposing that the Parks Department comes on May 30th and plays against my kickball team. And we have a gathering, so to speak. So they get to see what it's like. You guys are welcome to come if you want and just play. The kids love playing against their parents. And so I just felt like it'd be something good to bring another group in and also allow them to play. And I can have the parents and the kids play on one team and all of us play on another team. And so I'd like to
Can you play with
try to
What
get that
time would be
going.
the kickball game that you're trying to set us up
Yeah,
for?
kickball, yeah.
9:45. Not 9:50, not 10 o'clock, 9:45. No. Jasmine and Trevor were there a Saturday, and we were playing the parent. We played against each other at first, but we only had like maybe 12 people there, so we had 6 on each team. So that at the end, we ended up putting all of the Raptors on one team, and we got parents and anybody I could drag in there to come in and play against them, and they had a blast. So I'd like to see that happen if we can get that to work out. All right. Coming up next will be Kids Club Summer Program. Camp dates are June 8th through July 16th. We go Monday through Thursday from 8:15 to 2:15. It is held at Winton Elementary. Campers bring their own lunch, drinks, and snacks. And we do this so that they can meet their own dietary needs. So we don't have to worry about not being able to provide like gluten-free and dairy-free and all those kinds of things. I've currently been taking applications for counselors to work in the Kids Club program. I've hired several new personnel, and I'm interviewing daily. I actually had 3 or 4 interviews this afternoon before we came to the meeting. So if anyone is interested, they can reach out to me ASAP. I hope to get that closed off and get everybody hired that we need. June 5th is a special needs fishing rodeo at Memorial Park. I'm sure Natalie will speak about that more later from 5 to 7 p.m. If they have fishing poles, they can bring their own. If they don't, we'll have a few for them to borrow. And that's it. Any questions?
I'm not sure how in the world you get all this done, but, well, I know that. And we're proud of what you do, I'm telling you. Sure are. Thank you, ma'am. Recreation, Ms. Biggerstaff?
Thank you.
There she is now. Thought she disappeared.
Last week, we wrapped up both our Summer Adult Pickleball League and Summer Kickball League. Congratulations to our rec mixed doubles pickleball champions, the Dink
Yay.
Dudes, and our competitive mixed doubles pickleball champions, Team Hottie, and our kickball tournament champions, Storm and Norman. All three leagues had excellent seasons, and we appreciate everyone who participated. Our men's open and co-ed softball leagues are still ongoing for about 5 more weeks, so they still have a little bit of time. Our summer t-ball league began practices this past weekend, and the first games are scheduled for June 6th. We're also excited to kick off our summer adult basketball league starting tomorrow. We had 16 teams register this year, which is a very big turnout for our summer league, so we're really excited about that. Due to such great feedback from our adult pickleball participants, we decided to open registration for a summer adult league this past Friday, and we already have 5 teams signed up. And I don't know if you all have been by the pickleball courts at all during the week, but we have 50 to 70 high school students that hang out and play pickleball every single night. So we've decided to open up a summer high school pickleball league, so we'll kind of see how that goes, if it goes anywhere. Lastly, fall baseball registration opened today and will remain open through June 19th. We have 6U, 8U, 10U, and 12U division options. We already have several players and coaches registered, so we're eager for a really great turnout this year. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Questions? All right, special events, Ms. Lankster.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As Barry mentioned, the Hendersonville Spring Carnival starts this Thursday over at Veterans. Gates open at 5 on Thursday. The carnival will go through the 30th. This weekend at Drake's Creek, we will have, this group came to Parks Board the end of last year. The Smashville Grass Volleyball Tournament will be in the soccer complex. They just hit over 700 teams,
Oh, goodness.
with the majority of them being from out of town. So we happily welcome them to Hendersonville. Next Monday morning at Drake's Creek Park, we'll have the Memorial Day Classic 5K. It's coming back this year. Drake's Creek Park will be closed to all traffic from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Monday. We posted that on our social medias this morning. The Isaacs are returning for Memorial Day as well at Veterans. The gates open at 3. They take the stage at 4, and it's followed by a second half All-Star Hometown Jam at 5:15. Tickets are free for this event, but you'll have to claim one on the Eventbrite. You can go to Hometown Jam's website too. Our annual Touch a Truck event, I mentioned it last time, we moved it from July to May 29th, so next Friday, and it's from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. That'll be in the football parking lot at Drake's Creek. It got very hot last year, so we moved the time of year and the time of day. Then, as Miss Cindy mentioned, the fishing rodeo, Special Needs Friends, are June 5th from 5 to 7 p.m., and then 14 and under is June 6th from 7:30 to 11 a.m. That is all I have tonight. Thank you.
700 teams.
700.
Are they going to land everybody by helicopter or what?
We're not sure. I'll let you know next time.
Man, 700. Could that be the most teams we've ever had in anything, Mr. Gilly, or you think? Yeah. Man, I'm going to brag on that. I mean, not maybe after it's all over with, but I'm going to brag on that.
I was going to say, let's get through it.
Yeah, well,
Then-
I'm not going to say a word until it's over.
Yeah.
Thank you. Maintenance, Mr. Cole?
Yes, sir, thank you. We don't really have a lot of projects going on right now, considering what we're taking care of day to day, but we do have a few. This past weekend, we pulled about 3,000 feet of wire for the new irrigation system. It all went well. Now it's just kind of working out the kinks on, at each head, so we're working through that. We're planning on aerating in the next few weeks, so we're going to hit all that before we go in and sod and sprig and everything. Other than chasing water leaks, we're pretty much just doing the day-to-day ball fields and mowing. So that's what we've got going on right now.
Yes, sir.
Do you need to aerate after 700 teams are coming to the soccer fields?
I think we may need to resod.
They play in
won't
bare
tear-
feet.
They're barefoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're barefoot.
They won't tear anything up.
Okay, all right.
Has this lack of rain caused you guys a lot of problems? Yeah, I already see yes on that, so.
You know, it's not been terrible. I was telling Andy the other day, we're probably in the best shape that we have been with irrigation. You know, we've got both pumps working, new pumps and everything. So we've been able to run it like we need to. So it really hasn't hurt us athletic field wise. You know, the normal mowing has slowed down a lot, which has helped us. I mean, it's just dry. You know, dragging the ball fields, I feel bad for those guys. But other than that, it's not been too terrible on us.
They have, the guys have worked every single weekend all spring. I think it's the first spring we haven't had a weekend off. So, you know, we schedule all these things, and a lot of times you schedule it thinking, yeah, there'll probably be one that gets rained out. We've had nothing rained out on a weekend yet. And also, just to give you an example, the water bill to water with no rain, the irrigation to water the rugby fields is like $6,000 a month because it's like it's on White House water. We have a well out there that doesn't work half the time that the rugby pit folks were kind enough to put in. It worked for a little while, but with the flooding we've had and different things, we've had to switch it to city water. So it's like $6,000 a month to water the rugby fields. That right there tells you how blessed we are to be able to pull irrigation from the creek for the most part. But like the golf course pulls from the creek, and they went a week without being able to irrigate because the water was so low. So, you know, it looks like that problem's about to get rectified in the next few days. So,
Hope so, yeah.
we will see. We're not going to complain about dry or wet at all because we don't want too much of either.
All right. Mr. Gilly, does anybody have Mr. Long's report, sir?
Mr. Long is at the beach, and he sends his regards. And, you know, most of his leagues are wrapping up for the spring, which is good. I think Tennessee United had a good tournament when they had it in April. And flag football ended this past weekend. And the Hendersonville Soccer Club ended this past weekend. With no rain, it's the first time we've not played past Memorial Day in a long time.
Thank you, Mr. Gilly Long. All right. Assistant Director, Mr. Bruce.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the local league stuff, the Fast Pitch League, excuse me, does their tournament this week, 8 and 10s. 18s are next week. Civitan Rec still had to play the 8U Championship, which started at 6 o'clock tonight at Veterans, so it's pretty exciting over on V2 tonight, I'm sure, before it's all said and done, the IF game. So they are real excited over there. All-Star games Friday night for Civitan, the rec stuff. They're going to play like 4 or 5 fields, all the different age divisions. Civitan Open is still ongoing in regular season games. Hockey is doing their tournament Tuesday and Thursday this week. They're going to move it off of Saturday and moved it up. So they're going to play Tuesday and finish on Thursday. The senior men are ongoing as normal. Hope to see Bub out there soon. He can get back out there and swing a few. We've got Game 7 in U-Trip this weekend for tournament-wise. So we'll see how that happens with the weather. And then the full count bunch starts games the end of May. So, thank you, young man.
Whoa, thank you. All right. Any questions? All right, Director, Mr. Gilly.
Thank you, sir. We are opening bids this week on the site work for the maintenance shop relocation. We're hopeful that we'll get a bid we can live with and get moving on that project after we open that on Thursday. We are in the review stages of the Parks Master Plan. We've gotten a lot of community feedback, staff feedback. We had obviously a meeting with the Parks Board in Boma, and we're in the review stage of that. It will come here for a review and then go to Boma for like an acknowledgement, basically, I think is what you'd probably call it. Or adoption. I think it would be an adoption. We will adopt a master plan. Heritage Park, we opened bids 2 weeks ago, and we have sent what we think is the winning bid to TDEC for review. We'll let everybody know when that's finalized and when we have a date to start construction out there. Bike pump track at Veterans Park, we had a kickoff meeting Friday, and they're working on that design and hope to see movement on that project later this summer. And I think that is about all I have to report, sir. Unless anybody has any questions.
You know, I was noticing the disciplinary report on the back of the thing, and what Natalie said a while ago about you know, that is some, but man, for all of the games that we have, you know, all of the leagues and all of the people at the park, you know, that's not, especially what I read, you know, every now and again somebody gets carried away, but, and they get called on it, but that's not many. And
No, and I think, and I may be wrong, but I think since we've started doing the monthly report of it and gathering all the information, it really has showed what you just said. Is if you compare the number of incidents with the number of games,
Yeah.
it's pretty low.
whoa.
And I will say this, as far as like 4 or 5 years ago, it seemed like every month we were up here and a parent had run on the field or the court or something. So that stuff has kind of been curtailed. A lot of that is the leagues have put in things. And then as a staff, we have started putting more people at the park or at the gyms to help with that too. So it's been a combination of things, but overall, you're correct, I think.
How is the umpire situation?
We always need umpires. There's many times, and Keith can speak to this, and Jasmine can too, probably. There's times when we have one umpire at softball. There's times when, especially with the fast pitch softball, they have to they had to cancel nights this year, not for rain, but because they couldn't get an umpire. And you know, this time of year in the spring, especially, a lot of those guys and ladies umpire high school and the rec league stuff, so you have to be very careful. I've not heard about soccer. I think a lot of the same guys are getting worn out and working a lot. If you go out there, you're going to see the same guys working all day long. And some guys like to do that, some don't, but eventually you burn out doing that.
One note on that, for the adults, you know, we've got the Monday and Wednesday league now, because we added the Wednesday co-ed. We have gone straight to one-person umpires. I mean, we used to try, we would technically budget for two and try to find two, and it was to the point last 2 years ago, I guess. I mean, half the time we only ended up getting one. So we basically now just go into it telling the teams that we'll have one umpire, but we won't guarantee a second one. Yep,
Have we
up
ever
front.
thought about having somebody from the Parks Board visit the high schools, or maybe, I don't know, go to where the teenagers are and present a case?
The Officials Association, are you talking about to recruit
Yes, sir.
officials?
Yeah,
The guys that assign those do a pretty good job of getting young kids involved.
do they? Okay.
In umpiring. It's but you can't put a high school kid in an adult softball game.
Oh, absolutely not, no, but,
If you look at the baseball and the rec soccer, you see a lot of young kids working.
yeah.
But the shortage, I think, falls in the adult needed referees and umpires.
I was thinking more along the lines of, I understand about the teenagers, but teenage ball players have fathers,
Yeah.
and they could actually, you know, I know I started coaching baseball because of my son, and I don't have any answers. I just hate that y'all are having so much trouble with umpires. I just hate
I think
that.
it's a nationwide epidemic.
It is.
Keith is one of those umpires. Don't let him fool you.
And it's not easy. Years ago, I ended up umpiring, and I've never umpired, but I umpired like a kids thing, and I got yelled at, and I mean, and then the rules, and so I understand what they go through, but still, I don't know. All right, Mr. On the end there, what you got to say? What? I know you are, Mr. Perry.
Just real quick, Sunday morning, very early, I'm back to walking a little bit. The park was full already at 8 o'clock. I mean, every field had baseballers on it, backfields. It was just amazing, you know, just seeing that. And That's just because all of y'all down on the end of this table, what y'all do at that park, and I am umpiring senior, the older guys, I'm back doing that, so, yeah, there's one less trouble field except the one I'm on.
You might have to teach me how to umpire.
I want to say,
No, I know I wouldn't
couple-
do that, no. Mr. Golden?
yeah, a couple of years ago, I think we hosted a sort of special session either right before or right after Parks Board with HOA and other officials, just to kind of hit them for information, like what's it like, what can we be doing different? Maybe it's time to do that again. I think that was a good session, and maybe we can learn some things about, and not just baseball. We can get maybe Eddie Polk to help us pull in some soccer folks and rugby, and I don't know. That might be something to look into.
You're so cute doing it, though. Yes, Mr. Bennett?
Who, me?
Yes, no, you.
Yeah, I'm good. You guys talking about me, I thought. Thanks,
Well,
anyway.
you're pretty good. You're all right.
Oh, you. I'm good.
Mr. Bathard?
Nope.
Ms. Garten? All righty, well, I'm gonna leave y'all with one thought that's been sticking in my brain a long time. You know, one bird cannot sing a duet, but two can.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, motion to adjourn.
Get out of here. Motion-
Mr. Perry
motion,
is adjourned. Mr. Bennett, second. All in favor, say aye. Okay, bye.